everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined in our TGIF edition. Yes, it is Friday. Let's stand up. Clap for everybody. This is going to be terrific. The scorching temps are on the way out. Hopefully the smoke is gone too, but it's still going to be a hot weekend full of things to do around town. Refined.com managing editor Britt Thorson. She joins us like she does every Friday afternoon. And man, is this weekend stacked with stuff to do or what?
It is, and like you said earlier, I am like knocking on wood the smoke's going to be gone because I know, poor Seattle, we're kind of just like walking out like we purposely don't live in Los Angeles. We've made that decision.
It really is like LA.
It is.
Or Beijing.
It is. And I will say one thing that LA has that I've always been really jealous of is a Shake Shack.
I heard of it. You know, actually, the first time I heard of it was on your website, SeattleRefined.com.
So the biggest news in our little world this week has been that Shake Shack announced that they are opening a location in Seattle mid-2018 in South Lake Union. And I got to tell you guys, I know you've never heard of Shake Shack before, right?
No, until this week.
It was mainly an East Coast thing. They kind of slowly have started rolling out into the West Coast with Los Angeles and Vegas. Very slow West Coast expansion. But my friends who live along the Eastern Seaboard swear by it. And you know what they specifically swear by?
No, the bacon?
The crinkle, there's something called a crinkle cut fry.
Yeah, I see it right there on the right.
And apparently it just will blow your mind if you like fries. So I have been dying to try them, and I've never tried them before. We do have to wait until mid-2018. Who even knows what that means? But they're coming. South Lake Union, watch out, Amazon. I'm going to be down there every day. That's not too far away from us.
Like that thing.
I know. We got to do some sort of, we should do some sort of fun story on like us trying it for the first time.
How much we can eat.
Yeah, or that.
Just gorge ourselves, right?
Shoving it in your mouth as much as you possibly can.
All right, so what's the deal with Macklemore? I love this guy.
So he's always doing something, and what I love about Macklemore is that he always, whenever he does an announcement, he does some sort of video with it. So he put out a video announcement earlier this week, and shockingly, or maybe not shockingly to some, he is going on tour this fall. He just announced his Gemini tour. Starts in October 6th in Portland. That was a fun day, wasn't it?
That was me warming him up before the first pitch.
I know, that was crazy. The reason it's a little bit shocking is because he doesn't have a new album yet. He's dropped a couple singles here and there, but the fact that he's going on tour October 6th means that I'm guessing between now and then he'll probably be dropping a new album, because he kind of got a new album to tour, right?
Yeah, well, he should stick to music. He doesn't have, his throwing motion looked terrible
there. Come on.
Oh, he's so good.
That's the old sports guy, and you always judging other people's arms.
All right, all right. What about movies in the park? I know this is another fun thing to do.
Yes, so this is the first Friday of 3 Fridays in a row at Cal Anderson Park. They are going to be having movies in the park. Now, the theme, heads up parents, the theme is parental advisory. So,
scary.
For example, Beetlejuice, that's going to be tonight. So we've got a couple others in the next 2 weeks. Film starts at sunset. There's a DJ at 7 p.m. Come on by, check it out. Should be a good time.
Oh, it looks like terrific. And what about turtles? I know the Woodland Park Zoo loves giving away things, but what's the deal with the turtles?
Well, they're definitely not giving away turt's. They're
not giving them away, but
they're setting them free.
Oh.
They're setting them free. It's
Well,
not
kind
like
of the same.
It's okay. They're not like handing them out to kids who come by.
They're handing them out to the wild.
But so this is something our photographer, Cy Bean, went earlier this morning to a secret location. We can't tell you where it is because it is an endangered turtle species. And the Woodland Park Zoo collected these eggs when they were born, raised them, gave them a head start at life in the zoo, and now they're
really cool.
Now they're re-releasing them out into the the world in this secretive place we can't tell you. But look at them.
What a great
event. So the funny thing is that they have to wait until they're 2 ounces, and then that's big enough so they won't get eaten by like a lot of random things. So that's a little 2-ounce turtle you're seeing right there.
I like it. All right, so who would win if you had a turtle and a corgi in a race? Turtle or a corgi?
Ooh, that feels that's deep because it's like the tortoise and the hare, or what's that one thing?
Yeah, the tortoise
and the corgi. Isn't that the old wives' tale? Well, I have to say in this instance, we're going to go with corgis. We talked about this last week a little bit. We just had to come back to show you the photos. The corgi races at Emerald Downs. Look at that. And literally thousands of people came out to see corgis race, not horses, corgis. And you guys, you know how we feel about corgis. They're so cute. They're always smiling. Their little legs are just go, go, go. And obviously we're not the only ones because literally hundreds of people were there to see these little guys race. And look, they even had a corgi trophy. How outstanding is that?
Oh, man. And tell me a little bit about the Refined Read Book Club. I mean, you guys are rocking and rolling through the month of August.
Yes, there's still time to join our book club. Refined Reads, it's a partnership with University Bookstore. And this month we're reading Goodbye Vitamin, great book by Rachel Khong. It's a hilarious tale telling the story of a young woman who returned home to help her sick father. Author Rachel Khong recently visited Seattle and talked to us and Terry Tazioli from our partner at University Bookstore. He sat down with her to talk about where the idea for the story actually came from.
The novel really came out of a short story that I had written, and it came out of Ruth as a protagonist and a narrator. I had written her into this short story about her life and career, I guess, as an ultrasound technician at this medical center, but also about her relationship with this alcoholic fisherman. It was totally unrelated to the book, but it was my first time kind of writing in the first person and from Ruth's perspective, and I just really enjoyed being in her voice and talking through her, I guess.
And if you're reading along with us, we are looking to be about 100 pages into the book by next week. So get to reading this weekend. We would love for you to join us for our next discussion at University Bookstore. It's scheduled for Thursday, August 31st. You can sign up on our website, seattlerefined.com. Please join us.
Yeah, you know, I hear a lot of good things about that book.
You should pop by one time and just join us.
I should just, well, I don't know how to read.
You heard it here first. You heard Guard Swanson, breaking news.
All right, so on Monday, we wrap up The Bachelorette, right?
Yes.
So what's happening this Monday? More Bachelor stuff.
I'm telling you, if you're a Bachelor fan, this week has been the hardest week because you have to wait 7 full days for Bachelor in Paradise. And while Bachelor and Bachelorette seem to be pretty much about finding love and a little bit classier, I would argue that Bachelor in Paradise is the exact opposite. It's basically just a bunch of young Bachelor, Bachelorette ex-contestants hanging out, drinking, having a good time on the beach.
I mean, they really push the envelope on this show.
They do. This is, dare I say, a raunchy show, but it is pretty great drama. And of course, they had a lot of drama already this season with being shut down for a while. You see that guy motioning cameras off.
Yeah.
So I think people are going to be tuning in just to kind of try and get an idea of what really happened. But that, again, that starts, we had a 1-week waiting period between Bachelorette, and now 1 week later, we're going to have Bachelor in Paradise starting on Monday.
Monday at 8 p.m. right here in Como.
That's right.
Oh.
Tune in
Let the
for
raunchiness
whatever
begin.
happens. Who knows even what's going to happen.
Well, you know, around Seattle, virtual reality is cool.
Yeah.
And all these millennials and young people and older people love to go to bars. And then you have a bar you're going to talk about where these two come together.
Yeah, so, and I'll be the first one to say, I don't really understand virtual reality. I know you put the goggles on and you can kind of see, you know,
It's
3D.
pretty cool when you do it. I've done it a bunch of times.
You have? Oh, well, look at you, Mr. Fancy.
But I've never had alcohol with it.
Okay, so this is, of course, knowing Seattle, of course we would do this. There is a virtual reality bar that just opened in Ballard. It's called Portal. They've got 10 pods with the headsets and controllers. You can go in there, you can grab a beer, you can strap on one of those headsets and play a game. And the cool thing is that all of your friends can see the game you're playing too. So like if you try and slay the dragon, I can be behind you going left, guard, left, look behind you, right.
That is crazy,
I kind of want to try it out, but I've never been good at video games. I didn't have brothers growing up. It was just me and my sister, so we never had video games. And I feel like I would be awful at it.
No, you'll be pretty good. But
You think?
virtual and vodka, they all go together, right?
Well, they do start with V. That's a good transition.
Well, starting today and through Sunday, head up to Edmonds, right?
Yeah. And here's what I love about Seattle. One of the many things, I know you guys are probably tired of me saying this, there is literally always a festival going on.
Something.
If you throw a rock in Seattle any weekend, there's a festival. I know we just had Bite of Seattle, but guess what? Taste of Edmonds is going on this weekend. Head up there. They've got all of the great food that honestly we have here in Seattle. It's just in Edmonds and celebrating that city and their history and their great food, let's be honest.
And speaking of food, you know what I learned on SeattleRefined.com this week? I was just kind of hunting around your website. I had no idea that Portland was like the guru of food trucks.
It was. You know, we had one of our freelancers, Kate Knighty, went down, and the original story she was going to do was going to be a Portland versus Seattle food truck scene. But literally, she was down there for about 30 seconds before she realized there's no competition, there's no contest. Doing a Seattle versus Portland would be like pitting David and Goliath against each other. Portland blows us out of the water. And maybe one day we'll get there, but we are just not there yet. So we kind of turned left left changed our story to the best food trucks we found in Portland. So check it out next time you're going down to Portland. And Seattle, take note. We should become Portland with our food trucks.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have great food trucks here. We have an assortment of food trucks.
We do, but it's a smaller. I mean, Portland is like they're everywhere. I don't believe me. I'm not knocking Seattle food trucks. I love you. We just need more of you.
Yeah, more food, more stuff to eat,
more
right?
trucks.
All right, Britt Thorson, SeattleRefined.com. We'll see you next Friday, right?
Bye, Card.
All right, thanks, Britt. Well, Seattle Refined is just getting started. Coming up, say cheers to raspberries. How one local grower is turning these sweet treats into one of our area's most popular bevies. Plus, grab your napkins and get ready to be abused by one mean Sammy. Here's the iHeartRadio Music Festival word of the day. Log on to KissFMSeattle.com and enter for your chance to win a trip to the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. Good luck, everybody. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Garth Swanson, and man, do I love Fridays, right? Well, we have to give a major shout out to a Ballard restaurant called Mean Sandwich. We're not kidding. It was just named one of Bon Appetit's best new restaurants in America. That is a huge honor. But you don't have to convince us how amazing the food is. When our finds Carrie Brandenburg stopped by months ago, we knew it was going to be a big hit.
And the sandwich is wonderful, and it's mean.
Tucked away beneath the Ballard Bridge, Mean Sandwich is building a strong fan base.
I ordered the steak tartare club. I love it. I think it's amazing. I got, ooh, what is it called? Midnight at the Oasis. Super tasty, vegetarian. Really loved it. It's kind of messy, but it's worth it.
Husband and wife duo Kevin and Alex are finding happiness and success with their small shop, but the road here wasn't easy.
Rave reviews oftentimes don't result in rave financial success, unfortunately.
They owned a fine dining restaurant on the other coast in Jersey City that served up creative dishes, but it didn't click with customers.
We were critically acclaimed and we were constantly getting good press. And it was like we'd have empty nights at the restaurant. If it's just the critics liking us, like what are we doing? Yeah, what is the point here? I think we lost sight of what we intended to do in the first place, which was be a neighborhood restaurant.
My family is here, I'm from here, and when we were sort of taking stock of our lives and deciding what we wanted to do next, Seattle was calling our name.
And we are so glad they answered the call. New Jersey's loss is Seattle's gain.
So we're making a mean sandwich. The
Yes.
namesake.
Okay,
Tell
let's
me
do
what
it.
goes into it.
Okay, on the bun goes our homemade mustard.
Okay, so
So-
is there deli versus yellow?
Well, this is really spicy yellow. That's fresh mint.
Mint, yeah, so mint and mustard, which sounds so weird.
Then on the corned beef, we drizzle some maple syrup.
Maple syrup, mustard, mint.
So these are things that I think all in one sandwich, as individual elements, sound unusual. And then this like really bright pickled red cabbage. You get all these flavor elements that work together well.
Here we go. That's delicious.
The sandwich is delicious, but can I just say you had me at potatoes? These potatoes are delicious.
So not only do you make a mean sandwich, you are also something that is oddly rare to find in Seattle, and that you are kid-friendly without feeling super kid-friendly. What was the story behind that?
Well, it's the kind of restaurant that we like to go to. We have a 2.5-year-old. We love, going to restaurants where there's stuff that she can eat, stuff that she can do, so that we can drink a beer and eat a sandwich.
I'm gonna have a mean sandwich.
From the food to the owners to the atmosphere, it looks like the second time may be the charm for Kevin and Alex.
Cheers.
You know, our producer Jenna brought back one of those sandwiches. I had it. That mean sandwich is mean, but all in a good way. Oh, for more on Mean Sandwich, head to SeattleRefined.com and search, yes, Mean Sandwich. Well, there's more Refined on the way, and if you love raspberries and cider, definitely don't go anywhere. We have a tasty beverage you can pick up right here at home. Seattle Refined will be right back. Welcome back back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, we love food on this show, and today just happens to be, get this, National Raspberry Tart Day. And we will use any excuse to celebrate raspberries. You gotta love them, right? Washington Grown's Christy Goranson shows us how the local fruit is used in one of the hottest drinks in the market.
I'm here with Rich Cockrell, and we're at the Cockrell Cider Farms. You have several acres of fruit that you use for your cider.
We do. We have 7 acres of English bittersweet apples, and we have red raspberries, blackberries. We make 2 different raspberry flavored ciders, and we think Puyallup Valley raspberries are the best around.
Yeah, no, why is that? What's it about the Puyallup Valley?
You've got to, I mean, look at the soil we have around here. It's just, it's legendary. Volcanic soil, and it makes just wonderful berries. I grew up picking raspberries for pennies a pound, but it was a great experience.
I grew up in Puyallup.
Yeah.
Picking blueberries.
Oh, that's even harder.
So I have picking skills.
Oh, well, we need to pick some then.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try.
All right. If they just come out easy in your hand like this here, beautiful big berries.
Yeah.
Those are the ones we want to keep.
So for every 4 that you pick, I'll eat 5.
That's good. We eat quite a few ourselves, yeah.
So you pick the berries. Then what do you do to actually get the berries ready to make cider?
Well, what we do is after we pick our berries, we juice our berries. We're going to have you start on this.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put some fresh raspberries in here.
So I'm going to mash.
You're going to mash, a big potato masher. We're going to pour those right into our just regular apple press we use. And you can see all that good juice coming down.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
I didn't realize this much went into making cider. I'm starting to break out into a sweat. This is tough. With the raspberry juice pressed and ready to go, it's time to bring it over to where the cider is made. So this is the cider house.
This is the cider house.
I love it.
Yeah, great.
And so this just is going to be stored.
Well, no, what we'll do is we can either store this and we can freeze our juice right now and use it at a later date, or we can add it to our cider if the cider's ready for a secondary fermentation, and we can put it right in and start making cider. This is where we make our cider, our hard apple cider. We start with apple juice, and we do the proper nutrients that it needs, proper chemistry that it needs, and then we pitch our yeast to it, and you can hear the bubbles
Yeah,
going.
I can. Yeah.
These are our 6 basic flavors that we have all the time, our standard flavors. One of them is our Valley Red Raspberry Cider. Our other raspberry cider is called the Devil Cider, and it's a raspberry habanero cider.
Really?
Yes. How about a taste?
So I get to taste?
Let's get some.
I would love to.
All right.
I would love to. Rich has been dying to give me a taste of his famous raspberry habanero cider. Cheers. Woo!
Can you feel it in the back of your throat?
Not yet.
It's coming.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Warms you right up.
Good.
Yeah. When you say habanero, sometimes you scare people away. This is not a scary cider.
It's super subtle. It's
Yeah.
not like
Knock you off your socks there, right?
fire coming out of my eyeballs
No.
or anything. No, that's nice.
What's nice about cider is it's refreshing. You can have a little bit more and not get out of hand.
Fall asleep at the bar.
Exactly.
Wow, cider on a hot day, especially this week. All right, don't go anywhere. Seattle Refined will be right back after this. All right, we are just about finished with this episode of Seattle Refined. It is Friday. How about that? And as we end the show, here are some of our favorite photos and moments of the week. Have a great Friday and a weekend, everybody.